Good evening. I'm Jerry Anderson. I'm your District 3 trustee and president of the board. What a wonderful turnout tonight. I got to tell you, it's amazing. 3 years ago, I believe when we had this meeting, it was a cold, rainy night, and I think we had maybe 200 vote, maybe 30 in the room. I believe we have over 400 who voted tonight, and you can guess how many are in the room. We really love the engagement and love to see you. So getting started, our trustee, Mike Moffett, is going to come up and lead us in prayer. Mike?
Would you stand with me as we go to prayer? Father God, how we thank you for your blessings that you show us each and every day, how you protected us to come to our meeting tonight, how you watch over our country. And then we just pray that you'll continue to watch over the United States of America, one of the greatest countries in the world, that you would help us to be a light to the other countries around the world. Thank you for the people of SECO, the employees that work each and every day in daylight and dark, good days and bad, rainy weather, cold weather. They're every day keeping our lights on, and we want you to bless them and watch over them, protect them, be with their families and bless them. Thank you, Father, for the opportunities we have each day in the United States of America. And I just pray that as we're in District 3 today, that you would be with this community, that you would bless them and watch over them, protect them, give them prosperity. Thank you for this opportunity to have a meeting today, and we just pray blessing upon it. Guide us and direct us in everything that we do. May we bring glory to you. We pray for all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mike. The order of business, naturally we're here for an election, but also Mr. Nguyen will be making a presentation. That's why our order of business is that it will go through and our solicitor will come up and he'll make this an official meeting for the vote and so forth. We have our trustees here, but before I introduce our trustees, I want to take a minute and tell you how hard these trustees work for you. And let that ring in. They work for you. We work for you. You elect us. There's 9 of us from different districts throughout. We are a very large cooperative. We're 7th largest in the nation, 3rd in Florida. We cover an area the size of Delaware. And we do that with 400 employees. I'm making this up as I go along, so I may ask him some questions. He should know all the answers, by the way. And that's our CEO. 400 and give or take a few employees. When I got elected 6 years ago, I was shocked when I learned how well organized SECO is and how they manage to do what they do with that number of people. Let's give everybody in SECO that set this meeting up tonight a round of applause, along with all the people that aren't here. Now let me say a few words about our colleagues behind me. There's 9 of us. Unfortunately, they're not all here tonight. 2 of our members are up in Tallahassee doing your business at a Florida meeting, and one of our other ones is out of the country. At SECO, we value education of our trustees very high, and we encourage our trustees to take time and become educated. Our national organization, the NRECA, has about 750 members across the United States, and they provide educational programs for us to take advantage of. Your trustees do not get a salary. They get a per diem per meeting, and they get for travel. So we encourage them to be as high as they can on the level, which is a Director Gold, which is about 150 hours of classroom. And that's only the tip of the iceberg, because along with that, it's all their time that they spend in preparation or possibly traveling. It's a large commitment, but we feel it's important. SECO had the honor of being one of about 6 or 7 co-ops in the United States that actually the whole board had that distinction of being certified gold. Right now, we don't have it because we had 2 members, one pass away unfortunately, and then another one who retired. But the 2 new members are making tremendous strides to get to that. And we have one of them with me, James. James here hasn't been with us. James hasn't been with us a year yet. And if I'm right, because I keep watching this, I believe he has 1 class to go and he'll be a certified gold.
Yes, sir. 1 class.
What a great job.
Almost there.
And I believe Marty, who's not with us, he's traveling out of the country. I think he's got a couple to go, Jerry, and then he'll be there also. Okay? Like I said, it's a major commitment, and we cover a very diverse area. We go from this kind of a crowd to small areas out in Paisley and so forth, where Morgan's from, not quite as dense. You live in the densest district in SECO. Of our 248,000 members, you make up about 42,000 of them. So again, give yourself applause for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. Okay, on to the introductions. With us, we have Scott Boyette, our board vice president. Scott is joined by his wife, Rebecca. Morgan Hatfield. Morgan is our board secretary, treasurer, and she's in District 9. Our District 2 trustee, Joyce Anderson, no relation. Where's Joyce? Always have to say that, no relation. James Lamont, who you already met, he represents District 4. And his wife Suzanne is with us tonight. Our District 5 trustee, Shannon Ware, as I said, is in Tallahassee, not with us. Mike Moffett, who you already met, he's our District 6 trustee. Mike? Great job. Right. Our District 7 trustee, Joe Koziak, he is also up in Tallahassee doing our business. We have our CEO with us, Curtis Wynn. And last but not least, our attorney, Scott Gherkin. Before I sit down, I want to give special thanks to my wife, Jane, who is with us. Say hello. I don't tell her enough for how much she has to put up with me. No easy job. I think Curtis could probably tell you that too. No easy job. All right, aren't these a good-looking bunch of people up here? That's your trustees. And with that, I'm going to sit down and shut up and turn the meeting over to our solicitor, Mr. Gherkin.
There you go. Well, it's kind of a sympathy applause, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I've joked before, SECO is the only place the lawyer ever gets an applause, so I'll take whatever you can get. So, exactly. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. We appreciate it. It's a privilege to be here with all of you in District 3 tonight, and an honor to chair your meeting. It is a beautiful day outside. We're in a windowless room, so you can't necessarily tell, but as you all knew coming here today, I must admit when I was driving in, my thoughts may have been elsewhere, and for a fleeting time, thought about ways I could perhaps avoid this, but happy to be here. No, happy to be here at the meeting and going about the business of District 3 this evening. Chairing the meeting, frankly, is not a glamorous job. Basically, my job is to make sure that the bylaws and the procedures are followed. And with that, there are 3 preliminary housekeeping things that we always have to run through at our SECO meetings. One, we're required to have a recording secretary for our meeting to keep minutes and to keep us in order. If without objection, I will appoint Jerry Helms to do that. Thank you, Jerry. She's nodding her head that she will accept. She's done this many times before, and we thank her for her service. The second is, of course, to be able to have a meeting, we have to have a quorum. Your bylaws require a minimum of 20 members to be present to have a quorum. I am happy to say my math is not always the best, but I think we have well surpassed that this evening, and so we have a valid and legitimate meeting for your election. And the third, which is perhaps the most important of these housekeeping things, is to officially close the registration, the voting registration. Before I do that, though, is there anyone here who has not voted already? I joke about it sometimes, but we get distracted with cookies and prizes and other things and sometimes sit down and forget to vote. So if you have, and I'm not seeing anybody jump up or anything like that, and Amanda, we're good, there's no one, get the thumbs up, there's no one in line. So with that, we will go ahead and close the voting registration and begin to tally the results. Okay, with those three things out of the way, I will bring up and introduce, you've already been introduced to her, but I will bring her up again, Morgan Hatfield, the board's secretary-treasurer, to announce the certified candidates. Morgan?
Thank you. Good evening. It's wonderful to see a crowd here tonight for the District 3 meeting. Thank you again for taking the time to come out. As Mr. Gerken stated, I am Morgan Hatfield, the Secretary-Treasurer and District 9 trustee. It is my responsibility to certify the nominees for trustee in District 3 in accordance with Article 3, Section G, Paragraph 2 of the bylaws of Sumter Electric Cooperative Incorporated. Incorporated, mouthful. The following member is certified as a nominee for trustee in District 3. Gerald Anderson, 1676 Norfolk Avenue, The Villages, Florida, 32162. And the second member who is certified as a nominee for trustee for District 3, Roger Weekly, 16913 Southeast 84th Coleraine Circle, The Villages, Florida, 32162. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. You'll be hearing about this in a little bit in more detail in a minute with regards to our CEO's address, but a little bit about the voting this evening, what you've just completed. It's important, I think, to point out, and you'll hear this again from the CEO, that SECO is a cooperative. As that, it is a not-for-profit entity and a cooperative owned by you, the members, an incredibly democratic, good old-fashioned system of government. It's different from other electric utilities like the IOUs, which stands for Investor-Owned Utilities, which is just what it sounds like. Those are for-profit entities that are owned by their investors. And the third most common electric utility you'll see in Florida are the municipal-owned utilities, which are owned by the government and run that way. We are very proud and embrace the cooperative form of government and appreciate y'all coming out. We understand things are not always happy. Many times there are things that are hard to hear, but that's why you're here, and this is frankly the form of government that we enjoy and that we appreciate your members. That's why you hear over and over again them thanking you and me thanking you for being here this evening. One member, one vote. With regards to that, you might be wondering, we do have 9 districts that are divided up relatively evenly among all the members that in the counties that SECO serves. The voting that you did here tonight was obviously for District 3. You have to reside in District 3 to elect someone from District 3 as your representative. The voting has come a long way. I remember in the old days, in fact, I think in this room about 6 years ago, we were still doing voting by paper ballots with a box. And there was a big box with a padlock. Some of you are nodding your head. You may remember that. And we had, I remember, a fairly large turnout. And after that, they filled the box and we went back in the kitchen and counted the ballots. And I was in charge in making sure they were counted correctly, which I'm a lawyer for a reason. I was never great with math, and I sweated it out, but we made it through the election. No one questioned it. Well, nowadays, we've come much further along, and as you'll know, when you went through the line and voted, the votes are tabulated in an electronic system, and it is all tabulated electronically, which leads to election compliance, efficiency, and everything is easier to count. And I don't have to count them, which I appreciate very much myself. In any event, we will be announcing those results at the end of the meeting. But in the meantime, it is my pleasure to introduce to you we're very proud of our CEO, Mr. Curtis Winn. If he can come to the microphone. A round of applause, please.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Gerken, for that very kind introduction. And thank you all. I know you've been thanked several times, but I want to join everybody else in thanking you for being here this evening. This is District 3, and we're here to have our last of 3 district meetings. And it's just wonderful to see so many of you as members here tonight engaging, asking us questions, shaking our hands, being with us. Your presence really speaks volumes about your dedication to SECO Energy's mission, which I'll talk about. Your participation, the participation like yours it's really what cooperatives are all about. This is what we do as cooperatives, is work with our members. So again, I want to thank you for coming to be here, and also you completed before the meeting, leading up to the meeting, we asked you to do something. We asked you to complete our online survey form. Some of you may have been involved, some 75 of the members here in District 3. For those who participated, I want to thank you for your involvement with that. The reason we did that is we genuinely wanted to learn more about what you were interested in. So that when I come before you, I'm talking about things that you've shown an interest in. We could talk about a lot, but to be very focused on the message, your input has helped us to do that, and I want to give you thanks for that. You expressed an interest in things like using our online tools, such as Smart Hub. I spoke to one gentleman who said he loves it tonight, and you asked us about that. We'll talk about it some more. You're interested in energy resources and reliability. You're interested in our Smart Connect program. This is our new program that helps you reduce energy demand during peak times, and it also offers you incentives, as well as SECO Energy Strategy Map and the solutions that help you manage your energy usage. I'll be sure to touch on all these topics during my conversation with you tonight. Let's take a moment to recognize our board president, Gerald Anderson, and just thank him for his unwavering service and steadfast commitment to your fellow district members, District 3 members. I have worked over my career with hundreds and hundreds of board members, either working for them or with them. And I can say without a doubt, I have never in my life and in my career seen any board member work as hard as this man. Jane can attest, we talk about every day. And I'm happy to say that, first of all, he's my boss, along with the other trustees who I work for. But he's also a friend, and he's a neighbor. And that's a winning combination of 3 things that really make me proud to be associated and affiliated with Gerald Anderson. Mr. Weekly, I don't think I've met him yet, but if you would raise your hand if you're here. Thank you, sir. We deeply appreciate your willingness to step forward as a candidate to represent this fine district, District 3. Thank you. Now, to the entire SECO Board of Trustees, the ones who are sitting behind me and the ones who are not here, who were introduced earlier, I just have to say thank you to them collectively for their leadership. They are a team. They govern as a team. They have different viewpoints, but they come together and make solid decisions for the membership of Seco Energy and doing what's in the best interest of you, the members. So if you don't mind, one more round of applause for our Board of Trustees. President Anderson did provide a few numbers, and I'll reemphasize some of the things that he's already said. Seco Energy is proud to serve over 248,000 homes and businesses across this Central Florida region, including more than 43,000 right here in District 3. As our cooperative grows, so does the demand for power that is also driving the need for us to expand our infrastructure to support these tons and tons, and by the big numbers, the residential and commercial members who join Seco Energy. If you go back over the past 25 years, we have added 145,000 new homes and businesses across our 7-county service area. That in itself is a remarkable achievement. Now, today, Seco Energy stands as the 7th, as President Anderson said, as the 7th largest of over 800 electric distribution cooperatives across the country. Now, with our cooperative spirit and our member-focused approach to business, I am confident that if you look forward for the next 10 to 25 years, they will be just as transformative as the first 85 years of business that we've been in existence. Every day, nearly 500,000 consumers rely on us for safe, reliable, and affordable electric service. As a board, as a staff, as employees, we take that very seriously. Let me ask in the crowd, how many of you who are here tonight, how many of you consider yourselves customers of Seco Energy, just by a show of hands? Here's the truth. You're more than a customer. You are a member, as we have referred to many times tonight. And there is a distinction. It matters because as a member, you have a voice in our governance process, including the ability to vote for your trustee. The second thing that is a distinction is that you share in Seco's success through capital credits, which are paid back to members when the cooperative performs well financially. In fact, over the past decade, Seco has returned $45 million in capital credits right here to our members. Go ahead, if you want to clap, I don't mind. Now, these benefits are unique to cooperatives. That is the cooperative form of business and cooperative membership. As we say, membership does have its privileges. Now, we cannot say the same for our cable company or our gas company. Have you gotten a capital credits check from either of those? I don't think so. So at Seco Energy, we operate with a clear and focused strategy, guided by our mission, our vision, and our core values. Now, if you've had a chance tonight, inside of your gift bag, you have a strategy map. And I'll ask if you'll use that as a prop as I talk about some of the things that we're doing, the Seco Energy strategy, and a list of some of the topics that are of interest. And if you shared that with us about on our online forum that we mentioned earlier, the survey that you took, for those who took it. So let's take a moment to review our strategy map. At the very top, on the left, is our mission. And that mission is pretty simple. It is to provide our cooperative with reliable and innovative energy services. Pretty straightforward. And our vision, how do we see ourselves in the future? What do we want to be in the future? How do we see ourselves? We see ourselves as leading the industry in member satisfaction and engagement, as we're doing tonight, while being the preferred employer in our region. Now, we also, the third part of this top portion is our core values. We operate by a set of core values. These are the values that we expect of our existing employees as well as those who want to become a part of the team. April Brown, who's in charge of HR, when she and others who interview folks, we look for these values in employees who want to become a part of the team. Do they recognize and respect safety? Do they show any commitment to customers, as you called it earlier, but to our members? Is that commitment there? Is there a level of integrity that does the right thing? Is there accountability? And do they believe in teamwork? These are the things that we do inside of the walls and on the grounds at Seco Energy to serve you. Our entire strategy is really, if you go down on the strategy map, it's built around 4 initiatives or areas, 4 major areas. We call them perspectives. The first one is people and culture. Goes back to those core values where we're trying our best to attract and retain the best talent we can find within this region so that we can serve you well. And then we have a whole section on operational initiatives. These are the things that we're laser focused on, in addition to the day-to-day activities that we do that will make Seco Energy better, that will improve the service that we offer to you as members. And then the other part of that is the financial strength, making sure we keep our rates competitive while we ensure financial stability of the cooperative so that we can deliver that value that you deserve. So we can also maintain and earn your trust. That's the part that's related to the member perspective, that bottom part, earning your trust and delivering value. Because when you get right down to it, delivering value and ultimately your satisfaction with the value we deliver and the trust that we earn from you drives, those 2 things drive everything we do as employees and as a team and as a board. When you, our members, feel confident in saying these 3 things about Seco Energy, number 1, Seco Energy helps me manage my energy use. Number 2, Seco Energy is my trusted source of energy solutions, and Seco Energy is reliable and offers a good value. When we feel that you are comfortable saying those things, we know that we're on the right path to doing what's right for you. And we work towards that every day. You see, that's our strategy in a nutshell, and we're committed to living by these things and also achieving the priorities that we've outlined on this 1-page strategy map. That's it in a nutshell. So let me talk about a few of the exciting updates and things that we're doing specifically as it relates to the efforts that we're putting together. The first is our expansion and improvement plan. In 2024, we launched our expansion and improvement plan. This is a multi-year initiative to modernize our facilities. You will see starting in January of 2026, you'll see efforts in place that we will be putting together to expand our headquarters in Sumter County and to build new operating centers in Lake, Marion, and Sumter counties. The question you may be asking right now is, why is that important? I'm glad you asked that question. You see, these upgrades are long overdue. And we're currently operating in facilities that I think, quite frankly, if you saw the inside of some of them, you would be ashamed of. These were built in the 1930s and 1940s when we served a very small fraction of the members we serve today. We've simply outgrown our facilities, and they're not in good shape. So we believe that you as members deserve better, and our employees who are charged with delivering you with the quality service that you expect from us, that they also deserve better. The modernized facilities will enhance safety for our dedicated employees. It will foster collaboration among the teams within the cooperative, and it will also allow us to deliver service more efficiently to you, the members. And more importantly, it will enable us to respond to power outages faster, to get your power back on in the unforeseen event that your power goes out. Now, the added benefit of this is that these new investments here in this community will fuel our local economy and create jobs, further contributing to the growth and the prosperity of this community and the other communities that we serve. In late 2022, we began, here's another of our initiatives, implementing advanced metering infrastructure. We call it AMI. This is a game-changing technology both that SECO and our members will enjoy or are already enjoying. By transitioning from manually reading meters to automated infrastructure and systems, AMI allows us to achieve several key benefits, and I want to give you 3 of those. The first is that it helps to reduce the costs that stem from physically reading over 248,000 meters every month, running trucks all over this service territory to do that. The second is that it allows us to detect outages before you even need to report them to us for faster response times. And a benefit specifically for you as well as our team is that it will provide us almost real-time energy usage data about what's happening inside of your home, even down as granular as to the appliance level, if you give it the input that it needs. Now, through our Smart Hub platform, which is what we call it, members can check your energy use and use that near real-time information to help you make informed decisions that lead to lowering your electric bill that you will receive every month. Now, that project is progressing. By July 2025, we will complete this major project, bringing this innovative service to all of our residential members. Another project that we're working on and we just announced in recent weeks is that we launched the Smart Connect program. And this program is designed to reward members, believe it or not, for using less of our product, for reducing your energy consumption, especially during those times when we have those scorching summer days and freezing winter mornings when that demand for electricity is at its peak. If by you, as members, enrolling in your Wi-Fi connected thermostat or your EV chargers if you have a home EV charger, or your battery system if you have a battery system in your home, by enrolling one of those or all of those, it allows SECO to balance our energy grid during those high demand periods to make sure that we optimize the power that we buy from on your behalf for you, which in turn, that drastically reduces the cost that we have to spend to buy power on your behalf, which in turn results in more stable rates for you, the members. Now, when you do engage with us through this exciting initiative, as I mentioned, SECO Energy reduces its largest expense, which is the expense to go out and buy wholesale power, 70 cents on almost 70 cents on every dollar. As savings are significant enough that we're able to share those savings with you, the members, for participating. Yeah, you earn bill credits. Yes, real dollars deducted from your electric bill every month for your participation. We are hopeful that you'll learn more about that program and engage with us. You see, these small changes in energy habits can make a big difference for everyone. I'm going to move to solar. I saw your hand, sir. I'll come to you when we get to the questions, if you don't mind. Yes, sir. Solar. As your trusted energy advisor, we are here to guide you if you're considering rooftop solar. As of today, we have over 6,500 members who have already invested in solar to partially serve their energy needs at their homes. And through that, we've seen and heard both success stories and some horror stories. Now, all we ask is that if you would trust us before signing a contract, if you are contemplating going in that direction, consult with our team, and we will hopefully make sure that you're making a decision that aligns with your energy goals and your financial expectations at no cost to you. Now, in the works, in the future, there is going to be a way that members can take part in solar by SECO investing in solar itself, and you having the opportunity to invest in the output of solar that's produced through means of SECO. This new way is called community solar. And what it would do is it would allow you to make, without making the upfront investment that you typically would make, you can avoid that while receiving bill credits for the energy that is produced by the panels that we invest in and maintain ourselves. So stay tuned on that one. That one's not fully baked, but we will let you know as soon as it is, as we work towards getting that one set up for the near future. I've got another question. It's actually really one question about two things. I want to know that if I were to ask you to give me the two most important things that SECO can do for you, what would they be? You don't have to tell me, just think it. And I failed as a magician who could read minds, but I'm going to give this a try tonight. I think one of them would be keep my lights on. I might need to go back and revisit that. I might be okay with that. The second is keep my rates as low as possible. If I got close or got one of them right for anybody, raise your hand. All right, so about half the crowd. We get that. That's what we talk about a lot. That's what we focus on a lot. So it doesn't come as a surprise. So keeping your lights on, let's talk about that. The most challenging time to keep the lights on is obviously when there's extreme weather conditions, especially hurricanes. Now, this past hurricane season was one of the most challenging in SECO's history. And I want to give credit to where credit is due. Our dedicated team performed remarkably to ensure a rapid response and effective response to those three major hurricanes in 2024. The worst, thank you. Anybody remember a name Milton? Milton was the worst of the three. And I'll just share a little bit of data about Hurricane Milton. On Hurricane Milton, half of our members never experienced a power outage. I live in the villages and I'm one of them. Anybody else want to join me in that? I see about 90% of the hands raised. So half of the members lost their power. Of those half that lost their power, in 24 hours, half of those were back on. So in 24 hours, 75% of our members after Milton were with power. And within 48 hours, we were down to less than 20, or about 25% of those who had lost power. So we're getting closer to like 85% of our members with power, 90%. In 6 days, we were fully restored. And there were some tough spots on our system that got hit pretty hard. Trees, lines down, poles broken. So that, in comparison to other utilities, was pretty amazing. We were one of the first cooperatives to get fully restored, and I'm very proud of our team for doing that. And it has reasons. There are reasons for that. If you want to give a hand, thank you. It starts with proactive maintenance and infrastructure investment. The last time we were here, we heard you when you even shared with us about some of the power issues you were having And when we get input like that, we go quickly to address them. Our board has been very good about allowing us to make investments in our infrastructure to make sure we have reliable infrastructure. SECO continues to outperform national reliability standards during hurricanes and even during normal working conditions, normal conditions when we're not having hurricanes. And now let's talk about keeping your rates as low as possible. Now, thanks to stable natural gas prices, we have been crediting members with hot bucks on your bills for the past several months. Have any of you noticed hot bucks? The stable natural gas prices, coupled with a number of cost savings efforts that by our team, your team at SECO, have helped us keep those hot bucks coming. SECO members today are paying slightly less per 1,000 kilowatt hours than you paid if you were a member in January of 2019. Not many places you can go to say you're paying less for a product than you paid, or the same that you paid 5 years ago, or even 6. We often, every month, not just often, every month, we compare ourselves with the investor-owned utilities as it relates to rates. That's in our board packets every month. And in comparison to our neighboring IOU electric provider, whose name I won't call, SECO's rates are over 15% lower than our neighbors. Now, these two factors are a testament to our commitment to keeping your rates as low as possible. And we're always committed to making that happen. Your feedback is critical. Your feedback is critical to our success. Last year, we achieved an American Customer Satisfaction Index, which we call ACSI. We had a score of 91 out of 100. Only one electric cooperative in the entire nation had a higher score than ours. That's of 800 electric distribution co-ops. Their score was 97. We're going to be there one day. In comparison, we scored 17 points higher than the average investor-owned utility score, and 16 points higher than the average municipal utility score. That's your feedback to us. We ask the questions, you give the answers, you rate us, you tell us what you think, and those were the results. Now, going back to our strategy map, I sincerely hope that we are on the right path. We are on the right path to having you say that we help you manage your energy use, that we are your trusted source of energy solutions, that we are reliable and offer a good value. That is what we hope. That is what we continue to work for. As I wrap up, I encourage you to continue engaging with us. We have 7 takeaways that I want to just share very briefly. These first 3 or 4 are easily found on our website. You can visit secoenergy.com and stay tuned on SECO Energy's expansion and improvement project for our facilities by checking on our homepage banner or underneath your co-op section of our website. Second is we encourage you to take advantage of the benefits provided through our new AMI technology by using SmartHub. It's available to all of you if you have your meter already changed out. Number 3, explore our online energy efficiency and cost savings tools such as the Energy Estimator, all of which can be found on our website. Now, if you have a smart thermostat, a battery backup system, or a home EV charging station, we encourage you to take advantage of the bill credits and energy savings through our new Smart Connect program that I mentioned earlier. These next 3 are about your safety and your protection of your information. Stay vigilant against scams. They're increasing. Want you to know that our agents folks at Seco Energy never ask you to provide your credit card number by phone. If someone calls you asking for that, be leery of them, of who they are, and ask additional questions. Be careful with that. We only accept credit cards through our Pay Now automated system, which keeps your information secure. 6, check with our dedicated team before entering contracts with solar companies. Just check with us. And last but not least, Seco Energy employees always carry name badges and wear uniforms or clothing with our logo on them. If someone approaches you at your front door who says that they're working or representing Seco Energy and they're not dressed appropriately, the chances are very likely that they're not affiliated with Seco Energy. You will know when you're approached by one of our employees. If that happens, please call us immediately. Again, do not fall prey to deceptive tactics that are happening today. They're happening more and more. If you're not sure, simply call our office to verify anything that seems suspicious. Those are my 7 takeaways. Also, just a few other housekeeping things. Just want to remind you that in your gift bag tonight, I know many of you have already been doing this, you have those 7 takeaways in your gift bag, first of all. But also, if you want to take a couple of extras with you, your neighbor says, well, what they talk about at that District 3 meeting last night, just hand them those 7 takeaways. We have plenty of those ready for you if you want more to take with you. Now, the resilience of our Seco Energy team of employees has shown brightly. This year, they have demonstrated their dedication. They've defined who we are as a cooperative through their actions. We appreciate that. While you were waiting, hopefully you had a chance. Before the business meeting, I noticed many of you were up at the screen filling out the survey or the trivia cards. Thank you for doing that. We hope you're anxious to learn more about and have talked with our team about our Smart Connect program, the energy efficiency programs, our surge protection program, and Smart Hub. As mentioned in the District 3 notice that you received, all attendees are entered into our bill credit drawing. We will award 3 $250 credits and 20 $25 credits for members who have participated. And those winners will be announced by the end of the week, and the selected participants will see a credit on their next billing statement of those amounts, depending on which one you win. We'll have time to take a few questions now, so I do want to ask as we go through those, if you have specific questions about your bill or your account, we have team members in the back that will direct you to about those specific things. They'll research the answer for you and either give you an answer tonight or they'll give you an answer at some point later this week. I want you to help me once again commend our employees for their commitment to providing you with reliable and innovative energy services and keeping member satisfaction as a top priority for Seco Energy. So one more time, give our employees a round of applause. As we get into the Q&A, I want to introduce our team, our executive leadership team, who's going to be available to help with some of the questions if needed. First, our Chief Operating Officer, Ben Dawson. Ann Reynolds, our Vice President of Financial and Administrative Services. Tracy DeLimos, Vice President, General Counsel. Ralph Grant, Vice President of Engineering. Wayne Pennington, Vice President of Operations. Tolu Amatoso, Vice President of Corporate Strategy and Innovation. April Brown, Vice President of Human Resources and Corporate Services. Kathy Judkins, Vice President of Communications, Community and Member Experience. We'll turn all of the questions over to Jerry Helms, our Executive Administrator, and to the CEO and the board. She's the glue that keeps us all together. We're not going to do that to her. Now, just a few other things, and for everyone here tonight who stayed to learn more about Seco Energy, we encourage you to participate, if you haven't already, most of you have, with our trivia contest. There are 3 questions on that for you to answer, and you'll find the answer in your gift bag, and they're on the screen, some of them. And for those, we will draw 3 winners of a $50 bill credit from those who submit their answers as you leave this evening if you haven't already turned them in. So don't forget to turn those in. Also, mark your calendars for Thursday, March 27th. This is our day of our virtual annual meeting, and another opportunity to engage as well as win prizes. Be on the lookout for your annual meeting notice with your registration card and the information regarding the annual meeting business and how to vote, et cetera, and how to win prizes and what those prizes will be. And further details will come to you in the mail on that. I'm finished with my part of the program. I'm going to turn the podium back over to Attorney Scott Gerken, who you met earlier, and he will announce the voting results and who will serve as your District 3 trustee for the next 3 years. Mr. Gerken.
Thank you, Mr. Wynn. My foot fell asleep there, I noticed there. One thing you might have noticed me squirming at one point during the report where Mr. Wynn was saying you can always tell a trusted Seco employee or contractor by that name tag they're wearing. I realized I left mine in the car, so please, I hope you'll forgive me that. Thank you for everybody for coming out this evening. Thank you again for the smooth election that the employees ran, and I do appreciate all the work they do in that regard. Thank you again for gathering here this evening, and thank you particularly to both of our candidates, both Mr. Anderson and Mr. Wheeler, who was out here this evening. We appreciate anyone getting involved, or Mr. Weekly, apologize for that. We appreciate anybody putting their name in the ring because it takes courage to step up and run for your cooperative. With that said, it is official. You have re-elected Mr. Gerald Anderson as your District 5 trustee for the 25-28 term. Sorry I had to wait all that long, Mr. Anderson, but congratulations. Thank you. With that, unless there's any other questions, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Do we have a motion? Do I have a second? Second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.